Okay, we are live. My levels look good. I just did a test recording, so hopefully the issues I was having with sound yesterday are really fully resolved. As far as I could tell, the test recording worked, and everything is good now. So yeah, apologies to anyone who tried to pop in yesterday when my audio was really screwy. I'm still not sure exactly what went wrong, but I restarted my computer, and it seems to be working better today. So I'm going to take the win, and I'm going to be glad that it's working. That being said, the VOD from yesterday is totally unusable, and since I only did about an hour, I decided the better thing to do would be to reload the save from previous and just redo what I did yesterday. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go through sort of the fixes we did yesterday, and then I'm gonna start pushing more towards circuits again. So first things first, there was another offline follow from a few days ago. So Kitsune, thank you again. You are now part of the factory like everybody else. The next thing, I guess, is some end of year channel stuff. For anyone who tried to tune in yesterday when the audio was bad, this will be a repeat, but for anyone on the YouTube VOD, this will be new. So firstly, coming into the new year, I want to try to get on a more consistent schedule for when I'm streaming. I'm not sure exactly what that'll be yet. It'll be 2 or 3 times a week, with at least one time that is like US friendly and at least one time that is European friendly. I will get that up on my Twitch calendar as soon as I figure out what I want that schedule to be. But hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier for people to know when they can expect me to be online. The next thing is I'm going to try to do, by the end of the year is my goal, an edited version of the first few recording sessions of Pyanodon. That'll be something like a, first 100 days in Pi video going up on my edited YouTube channel. For anyone who, came to this series late and doesn't want to watch 12 hours of VODs, that will be available for you. A side effect of that, and something else I want to do moving forward, is there will be chapters on all of the YouTube videos, because I basically need the content of what would be chapters for me to organize my thoughts and know where to find interesting footage. So all the chapters are going to end up on the videos just as a side effect of that, the work that I'm doing, getting everything organized to do editing. And the last thing is thinking about, a little bit of diversity moving forward. If I am going to have a regular streaming schedule, I could certainly do Pyanodons 2 or 3 times a week. But there's other stuff that I'd like to do, and I'm sure there's other stuff that any of you might be interested in. So if you have an idea, feel free to let me know in any of the usual communications places. I kind of see my goal as far as what I want to be focusing on is sort of, I don't know, hard games, hard mods. In the past, I had some Kerbal Space Program stuff that did reasonably well, at least at my scale on YouTube, and I've been thinking about maybe bringing in realistic progression for KSP1, since KSP2 is dead now. I'd also be down if anyone has good suggestions for other, good mods or mod packs for other factory games, or anything like that. So yeah, suggestions are welcome there. And I believe that is all of the administrivia for today. So let's get started on today's to-do list, which the first, hopefully I can do it faster than I did it yesterday, but we're going to have a few minutes of just fixes to the base, because some things are bad and wrong. And I'm going to start over at wood, because I know wood is broken. And wood is broken for a really fun reason. And that reason is that One tree seed makes 3 tree seedlings. Which means that when the tree seeds decompose, I have slowly but surely just been filling up my entire belt with tree seeds. This is backed up. These are all about to expire, and we're going to have a bad time. I'm going to switch this over to just direct insertion of seedlings, I think. That's what I did yesterday, and I think it's in a place that it was going, or it will be in a place that it will work better here, rather than having this pile of seeds that's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. So we're going to start with wood and getting this fixed up. Okay. So that should be all of that. The nurseries will sort of need to sit here and here, inserting like so. Okay. And then these each need to be the tree seedling recipe. Next, we still need the ash to come in. Underneath, like that, should work. Something like that. And then inserters, inserters, inserter, inserter. Okay. Next, let's get the actual seeds routed around. Let's see here. Do I have a steel chest? I don't. Do I have steel to make a steel chest? I don't. Okay. That is fine. So this will come out here. It needs to go past this. And then on this side, we'll bring in the moss. Water, check. On this side, water as well. Good. And this is... should be more or less what we need. These will pull in their moss and their seeds, make seedlings, direct insert the seedlings. If the seedlings spoil in here, they will actually move off to be tree seeds here, which is super cool. The other thing that could happen is that they spoil inside here, and then I think we just need to recycle the seeds like this. And I think this should do what we want it to do. I hope. Okay. The other thing I need to do is all the seeds that I just picked up. Let's get rid of this. I'm just going to let this run on wood. And then this will outsert seeds, and as these remaining seedlings spoil, they'll end up on this belt as seeds, and that should be fine. So this should get all of our wood pretty much fixed up. Alright, that is one problem resolved. The next one is fuel over here. I have some things that are wrong with the fuel routing here for a couple of reasons. One of them is planter boxes and power poles both take burnable ingredients. And in theory it's possible, yep, it happened here, for the ingredient inserter to win the race for fueling. And that's not what we want. We want this to be consistently fueled by our ashless fuel, or else it's going to back up with ash, and we will be sad. So that's going to mean some changes to how all of this is done. The other thing I want is for all of this stuff to be buffered properly. So we're going to need buffer chests up here for everything. Let's grab steel, and let's make some more buffer chests. So all of these will have buffers coming into them, and then each of them will have an output. And then we're going to make sure these are merged in with the appropriate priority and the appropriate, like, overflow conditions for each of these. So we know that raw fiber... Wrong button. Raw fiber is an ingredient that we're going to need for circuits. It's part of formica, treated wood, sap, raw fiber, and formaldehyde. So we're going to need the raw fiber, actually kind of over here with the treated wood, so this is a fine spot for it. But when this fills up, we don't want it to... Sorry, that doesn't need to be filtered. That needs to be... We don't want this to back up the whole system by filling up this chest with raw fiber. So when this belt is full, when we're not consuming fiber downstream, we want it to come into the fuel system. And that means I'm just going to use this as an overflow condition. Enable when raw fiber is bigger than 1900. This will hold 20 stacks of 100 each, so raw fiber ends up to here. If it ever fills into this slot, we start overflowing, we dump it. Over here, we're going to do something similar. And here as well. And these are all going to be the same. If their respective thing is stacked too high, and then fiber is also a stack size of 100, yeah. So for any of these, they overflow if their stack size gets too high. The overflow from both of these just goes away to be burned into ash is the reality. And I need to get this set up so that I can route out let's give myself a little more space here. There we go. Now I should be able to route out these are the overflows again, and then normal fuel output will come from just here. Okay. Now the next thing is our fuel priorities and making sure that all of our fuels are burned in the right order. So we have this first, then fiber, then... yeah. So we'll always try to burn the raw fiber first when this chest overflows to burning. Then fiber, and then biomass. And that's sort of in priority order of, well, not quite fuel value, but priority order of how to make sure that things don't back up, I think. I hope. Now, for what I was saying about this needing a consistent fuel source, the answer is going to be to just grab it off of here and say that we're going to feed it fiber directly. That will be its fuel, and it should always have access to that fiber, so it will always do the right thing here. We also need to do the same thing here, and for that I'm going to need to make some adjustments. There we go. This actually doesn't need ash outserter anymore, does it? All right, that looks good. And then I just need to bring in fuel. And that, again, will be this just straight-up fiber. I believe all of my other machines are not taking in any flammables, so that's fine as far as them being a sink. Now, the last thing is this overflow for biomass and fiber needs to come and get sent over to where it can be disposed of. Which is right around here-ish. Whoops, that's the wrong spot. Oop, nope, that's not going to work. Okay, I do have to do it one level higher just because of where the routing's going to happen. Ooh, turn that in. So be it. Okay. And that's our dump for when this backs up, inevitably. Now, the next thing is getting this all reconnected down here. Right. Oh, I went too far. There we go. This will just keep pulling the fuel down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We come down here, and this is the next thing that's wrong, and this was noticed that it was wrong by someone in the YouTube comments. Basically, my intention with this is not what I ended up building. So we're going to shuffle some things around and replumb this whole setup. So what I want, effectively, is that anytime the flora spoils, okay. Anytime the flora spoils, I want that spoilage from the flora to be prioritized over our other fuel sources. So I want all of this to come by basically first. So now anytime we have spoiled flora, that comes first, and then this belt only merges on afterwards, so that the flora, these fuels end up on behind the flora, basically. If there's flora coming off here, the flora will be prioritized before anything coming out of here. And then if there's so much spoiled flora that causes this to back up, all of these things will eventually be dumped. All the way until basically this fully backs up, and that's the only time that we'll stop producing. Which should end up working out fine. Let's just leave all of the fiber and stuff behind. Okay. I think this fuel is now set up a little bit more sanely than it was before. I hope so, at any rate. This doesn't need to be an underground anymore. Let's grab some more belts and more inserters. We're going to need them. Okay. The next thing I know that is about to go wrong is that these chests are getting full. I don't really feel like dealing with this ash right now, so I'm just going to double the buffer and move on with my life. What is that? Okay, that's the stone output. That's coal. Okay, that's fine. I think that's it for the immediately broken things. There was something else that I changed yesterday. It was this. All of this ash processing is a little funky. I realized that we're kind of not really draining these buffers properly. These should be coming into here. Like so. And then we actually just want to get rid of these inserters so that we take this ash through with priority, and then any extra space will come from slowly emptying the buffers. The same thing needs to happen here, is I need to get rid of all these inserters that are keeping these buffers filled up. The other thing that I decided that I kind of need to do here is reroute this ash, because as you can see, once I do this so that this buffer is no longer being filled, our ash is backing up. We have more than the half a belt that this is getting from being merged in here. And right now, this belt is pretty small. So what I'm gonna do... That was the wrong way to do that. Is that. And then down here, this one... will get itself routed up alongside. And this should do a better job of getting all of those giant ash buffers emptied for me. These are some weird power poles that I left here. Okay. That should make getting all of this ash dealt with a little bit easier moving forward. And hopefully this will continue to empty effectively. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks good there. This looks good here. We're not backing up. We're not backing up. That is what I want to see. Why is my aluminum stopped? My aluminum is stopped because it's missing... Oh, nope, there it goes. Now it's running. I was going to say it's missing coal gas. We're backed up on tar. We're backed up on... anthracene? Because we're backed up on coke here. Okay. I'm going to need to change how this sinks its coke, apparently. I'll have to think about that. I'm not going to mess with that now, because we're going to have more coke usage soon when I start looking at more of the next steps here. This doesn't have... Oh, right. I know what I did wrong. I unplugged power down here when I was messing around with these belts, and I need to plug it back in. Okay. Next on the actual to-do list, now that I've fixed the things that needed fixing, we have iron and copper, because these mines are pretty busted. Copper, I'm going to go ahead and just take apart here. See if we can get a couple of belts out of it. I think I should be able to. Yeah, there's 7. Oh, I should take apart the iron here, too. What am I? Oh, wrong buttons. Alt-D. There we go. Okay. This iron patch, I'm just pretty much going to use for steel at this point. I think I'm going to move all of my iron sourcing to a different patch. So that is steel, yeah. And then this comes in the middle still. That's fine. This will be the hookup for the incoming iron from the patch down here that we looked at last time. Up here for copper. Is that 8 now? Yes. Okay. We can get a few machines set up here. Let's grab the right copy and paste that has the inserters. And then undergrounds to like there. And I don't quite have a full half belt at the top, but I'm not that concerned about that. Copper demand isn't that high still, so we should be okay missing a few miners, I hope. Alrighty. That looks like it's what I want to see. Can I fit one more here at the end? Yes, I can. Probably won't last very long, but that is okay. Getting the patch more cleaned up never hurts. Okay. Copper done. It's not really a new copper mine, but it does the job of a new copper mine. The other thing to do is get iron figured out. I spent a little time in yesterday's scuffed stream trying to think about whether I wanted to try to route ashless fuel here and whether I was making enough ashless fuel for it to be worthwhile. I decided that it was not worth it. So we are just going to route some coal up here, and this is going to be standard coal-fueled mining. Plenty of buffer. And I think that is what we want. And if I bring this belt all the way down here, I will inevitably hit a pocket of water, but that should be massive overkill for fueling those. All right, that is iron hooked back up. All right, the next thing on my to-do list, well, let's try to dump some of this stuff that's in my inventory that I don't need. Copper ore 2. Bunch of coal. I can kickstart this. While we wait for this coal to make its way slowly up the path. Okay, that's all looking good. These buffers are probably starting to get kind of full. Yeah, we have space, and this is just for steel, which is fairly low demand still, so I'm okay with that being where it is at the moment. So let's get on to seaweed. Okay, we're now back into the pushing towards circuits category of things. So for seaweed, I'm going to need seaweed crop facilities, so we need limestone and tin plates. Grab a couple stacks of limestone there. And tin plates, which are down here. Too far south. All right. Oop, making small parts. Let's go back to the mall and grab some more of those. Do not remember what these need as an input for seaweed. Just water. With seaweed as modules. Okay. I have some seaweed that I can use. Should be able to get the bots to grab a few more for me. Out of the water here. $26. Okay. I kind of don't really know how much seaweed I'm even going to need. Do I need it long-term for moondrops, or is it just for bootstrapping them? I think it's just for bootstrapping them for now. I am going to need it for science moving forward, because you need petri dishes. But I think for now I only need a little bit of seaweed to make agar, which is just seaweed and steam. Okay, yeah. I think we probably only need like one of these right now, and it just needs to be near where I have water, which is over here. Throw the modules in. Get water hooked up. Oh, I'm out of pipes. What else do I need while I'm down here? Pipes, undergrounds. Grab some more of those. Okay. And then we also need a high-pressure furnace. Crafting speed 1 makes 0.2 a second. Oh, it is pretty slow, isn't it? Maybe I do want a bigger seaweed farm. Alright, let's take this somewhere else. And set up, I guess, 5 of them. Because with 5 of them, I can run one machine making agar. I think. Yes. Okay. Let's just set this up, like, here. Water in. Seaweed out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And where's the furnace? Goes there. That will just need 2 of them in. Although for now, actually, we're going to buffer some extra just for finishing the bootstrap. Okay, and then power. Okay. So that should start to get seaweed going. The other thing we're going to need is steam input for the agar. Let's get Helmut open here. So we're making agar. From a fully moduled thingy. And I want to make 0.2 a second. That's one factory. Whoop. And for steam... Okay, that's 3 boilers with some amount of fuel. Okay. So let's get... I don't have any boilers. Okay. Build some boilers. Three boilers there. And I have to figure out where these are getting fuel from, which right now I think is going to be... Let's just use coke. We have plenty of coke. Actually, the nice thing about doing this is since the coke only needs one inserter each, I can do this with oops, come on, there it goes. Ash outserters. And the usual there we go. All right, there is agar production. Woohoo! So now I need, oops, for moon drops, petri dishes, planter boxes, moondrop codices, and a bunch of water. Moondrop codex needs tinned cable. Okay. And tinned cable is... here. Okay, well, let's make a bunch of tinned cable while I'm thinking about it. I also need to go grab glass and inductors. That's fine. And then I'll need a nursery, some planter boxes, which I apparently have, and some petri dishes. Air core inductors. Let's see. Some more planter boxes, down to the glass. Oh, that was too far. Thought glass was south of tin. It's the other way around. Okay, glass. Get some glass. Get a couple stacks of petri dishes. Ooh, stop. Well, there's 2 of them. It would be nice to have a few more for bootstrapping, but they use quite a bit of resources. What do I need for a botanical nursery? A fluid mining drill that I can't make. Why can't I make a fluid mining drill? I need steel. Okay. Make ourselves a nursery. Still crafting a lot of inductors by hand. I'll have the better inductor recipe soon when I start thinking about clay. Because there's a recipe for them that uses ceramic. Yeah, so we'll want to switch over to this recipe when we set up ceramic capacitors. We'll set up inductors at the same time off the same ceramic bus. Kind of all these components use most of the same resources, so our circuit factory will have all of this set up for us. All right, botanical nursery. I can plop this one anywhere I have water, basically. Oh, why doesn't this have a recipe? That's weird. Anyway, nursery. Making moondrops. Let's do that again, except put the nursery in the right place so it actually hooks up to the plumbing. And I need... Ooh, agar spoils. Oh boy. Bio crud. Interesting. I'll have to figure out what, if anything, I can do with that, if it becomes a problem. Alright, this will very slowly start making some moondrops for me. I'm going to go get the things I need to make a few more of these moondrop codices, because we're going to need them. Is there ash? Weird. Okay. Well, while we're handcrafting all of this stuff, let's start looking at the next thing, which is going to be sap. For sap, I just need sap trees to be modules, which is something else made in a botanical nursery. Sap seeds, which you get from sap in a botanical nursery. Okay, so I just need a couple more nurseries. Yeah. Okay, one of these is going to make the sap seeds from sap. And I know that I have more sap, so let me go grab that as well. Just to get that processing bootstrapped a little bit faster. Pick up that whole thing, actually. Let's see. Moss I can drop off over here. For wood. And then we'll bootstrap sap with box here. Agar spoils fast. Interesting. Petri dishes don't spoil. The incubated ones do now. Back down to regular Petri dishes. Okay. So what this is telling me is that I need to make agar directly into Petri dishes. I can't really have it sitting around. Unfortunate. But that will be fine when I get around to it. I'll figure it out. Alright, sap trees need... Oh, you need some more planter boxes. I think that's fine. I think I have a bunch of them. Okay. We're going to need several sap extractors, so those will have to run for a while. The moondrops are running. Agar, I should probably do something about. There we go. Sap trees. Each sap extractor, have one of these already, let's put it down, has just 2 module slots. Okay. So we don't actually need that many sap trees to get a bunch of those running, which is good. Although I have plenty of sap to turn into trees. Let's also get rid of some of these logs. Okay. Just cleaning out my inventory a little bit as I go here. These should be pretty consistently... Where are we at? You're now overflowing. We're trying to. Yeah, so this whole system is going to back up shortly because we're pulling so little fuel that the raw fiber is backing up. And the only concern with that is that these are fueled with just fiber. So if we stay this backed up for long enough, these will run out of fuel. Which is not ideal, but not awful. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to handle that. I'll have to think about that. I guess I could prioritize regular fiber instead of raw fiber going down the belt. I don't know. I'll think about that more. I'll see if it becomes a problem. Okay, so Moondrops and Sap are processing right now. I'm not going to mark them as done yet. The next thing that I see on my to-do list is acetylene. Oh, each of these recipes makes 4. I didn't realize that. Alright, so we're going to have plenty of Moondrops then. I think we're going to have 20, which will be enough to get 2 machines populated. Cool. Okay, acetylene comes from... calcium carbide and water. Makes acetylene and some slaked lime. Why am I doing this the hard way? Let's make a thingy for it. Okay. So what I want my output to be is lead plates, right? That takes lead ore. And that's a lot of furnaces and a lot of coke. And we also need lime, which we can only make with a CO2 byproduct? Oof. Okay. So we're going to have to sink the CO2. I guess that goes to Moondrops. Okay, so one machine making lime from how many limestone miners? Oof, 5 of them. Maybe this is too much. Maybe we go down to like that 0.8 plates a second for starters. Okay, so 3 soil extractors getting limestone. 1 furnace here, 2 here, 4 gasifiers. That's going to spit out a bunch of slaked lime, which we want to use to make... I guess we turn it back into lime? I might have to switch over to YAFC to get all of this balanced. I think that's what I'm going to do. Pause that. Let's look at YAFC. Okay, so this is going to be acetylene and concrete. Because I know, well, possibly we're going to want to use some of the lime we generate for... And let's actually do lead plates again from lead ore. Which we get from lead ore mining, which needs acetylene, which needs calcium carbide, which needs lime, which needs limestone. Okay. We are also going to turn the slaked lime back into lime. Okay, so we're left with 15 slaked lime a second, 12 CO2 a second, some ash, because this has us burning real fuels. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so we'll need to take our 15 slaked lime a second, and I'll make a new sheet for this. And then if we turn that back into lime and use that lime for concrete, run it off of fiber, that's fine. So we're going to need to bring in a little more gravel. And sand. 1 stone a second. Okay. Plenty of capacity on all of these things. That looks fine. So this is pretty much standalone. And then we have our slaked lime output that we, rather than making this circular, we put slaked lime right into concrete. I think that's fine. Out of curiosity. Yeah, sand and rich clay. Why doesn't it like that one? Okay, well, I need to be able to bring in a couple of stone a second, which I can't do at the moment. But other than that, we're looking pretty good there. With this to be our slaked lime sink. The other thing that we need to sink is this 12 CO2 a second. From moondrop seeds, I guess. Module those up. Yeah. Oops, that's not the recipe I want, is it? Is it? These recipes look identical. Okay, yeah, that is the recipe I want. And then moondrops coming in from seeds and water. Again, module it. Yeah. That looks fine. And then if I wanted to expand this beyond this 12 a second of CO2, I can make more with moondrops because I do have this recipe. How would I say I want to do that? I think I would say I want methane to be one of my products. And then say that I want like 10 a second of methane, and it'll figure out, yeah, how many of these I need making who's a what's-is. Making CO2. Because that's the moondrop turd that I grabbed was the CO2 one. Okay. This is acetylene and... Sorry, lead and methane is what this is, just so I actually know what it is. So this looks fine, I think. If I wanted to push this up a little more, I could. Yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure how much methane we're actually going to need. Let's get rid of methane there. We're going to make formaldehyde. And then we're going to use that to make formica. And we're going to use that to make substrates. And we're going to use that to make simple circuit boards. .12 per second. That's actually pretty significant. If I get all of these other components in here, making this an even more complicated thing. Make circuits our goal. 1 a second is going to be ridiculous, I think. Largely in terms of our, like, wood input. Get sap production in. Yeah, how much tin production do I need to be able to do 1 a second? That is way more than I have. So let's do, like, 0.1 a second. And I think we're in a better place. Yeah, 5 furnaces worth of tin going into a combination of solder and the other things that use tin. Iron plates coming from processed iron ore. Copper plate. Regular copper ore. That's actually going to pull a significant amount of my copper going forward. Let's add that copper cable recipe. Add the graphite recipe from coke. Let's do treated wood. Okay. This is fine on the treated wood. We're making plenty of creosote to be able to do that part. I think we're going to be good on the inputs for the various circuit components. This looks like a reasonable number of moondrop habitats to have to make. 2 of them making methane. 2 of them making moondrop seeds. Or making moondrops that can be turned into seeds, rather. Yeah, I think this is what we want this to look like. This is our whole chain from acetylene to circuits laid out before us. That's actually what I'm going to call it. Circuits, question mark? Okay. What inputs haven't I accounted for yet? Let's look up here. Ores are fine. I'm not going to add those. Raw fiber's fine. Zinc plate, that's fine. Cellulose. I don't think I can make sodium hydroxide yet. Let me double check in the game. I do not have the sodium hydroxide recipe yet, so we have to use the worse cellulose recipe. And what that's going to say, it's going to push up my limestone miners a little bit. 1.67, because the cellulose is going to pull some. Oh, and this just completely stopped solving for everything else. How can this solve if it doesn't have... Ah, I need to link lead plate. That's why. No? Lead plate, okay. There we go. Now it's running again. Yeah, let's unlink the cellulose recipe for now, because that's going to need to be sorted separately from these machines. Ceramic is the only other one that I haven't looked at yet. And that is easy. Barely pulling anything from the clay pit for this ceramic needs. All right. I am a little ahead of myself here, but I think this is most of circuits, and we can get to 0.1 circuits a second pretty straightforwardly. Most of these are like one machine or less. The tin and the zinc and the lead, I think, are going to be the ones that need to be scaled in an interesting way. I'm going to start getting rid of a bunch of this excess stuff. Get down to kind of just the... just what we need for lead plates. Let's relink lead plates as our output. There we go. So this is what we're building first. Getting the acetylene done, and then we'll move on to some of the other bits. This is just turning... yeah. We're just turning seaweed into biocrud right now. What can I do with biocrud? Can biocrud be a fuel for burners? Doesn't look like it. Usage. I do not appear to have a use for biocrud yet. It composts into biomass, but I don't have composting. All right. Well, it sounds like then the answer is that I need to turn this machine off because it's just wasting resources right now. Let's try to turn all of this agar before it spoils into petri dishes. And I will just have a stack of petri dishes available. Whoops, game stream. Sorry about that. Let's, okay, stop all this for now. Let's build these 3 things. Oop, nope, making a bunch of inductors again. Stop, 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 stop. There we go. Okay, the other thing is I need to figure out where my lead patch is down here. I think there's another one somewhere, but the convenient lead patch is down here. We've already got fuel coming by and things like that. Our coke is up here. Pushing the acetylene down is easy, I guess. So I guess I do the acetylene processing like over here and then just run a big old pipe. Sure. So first things first, we're going to have 3 of these spitting out limestone. And then turning that into lime in a high-pressure furnace. I'm going to need several high-pressure furnaces, actually. Okay, so lime comes through, or sorry, limestone comes through. We turn it into lime, which is going to need okay, so we're going to need like 4 inserters in total. 1.5 plus 2.3 according to YAFC. I'll do an extra one. So this will be for limestone plus coke coming into this furnace. We're going to spit out the CO2, which right now we can't really do anything with. So that's exciting, because I don't think we have... Yeah, we don't have vents yet, even for things like CO2. And then that lime needs to go into another set of high-pressure furnaces. 2 outserters. One. 3. And we also need to take the coke off and keep it forwarded onto this belt. So to make the calcium carbide, each of these will need 3 inserters. And then we make 6 of that a second, which is actually 4 outserters from each of these. And then those need to go into a set of 5 gasifiers. Oh, that's a lot of pipes. Let's go grab some pipes. And not really space there, is there? What if we do them like here? Okay, and then standard multi-machine plumbing. Our acetylene comes out here and then goes down. The slaked lime comes out here and then needs to be dealt with in our concrete factory, or what will become our concrete factory. All of these need a water input. Along with that, I'll grab that water from up here. There's plenty. And then the output here. Each of those machines needs 2 inserters. Okay. Okay. In theory, all right, that's powered, and if I get the water, this should all just kind of turn on, except for the Coke. So that's the last piece, is we have a grand total of about 8 Coke in, which is 10 inserters. Yikes. Hopefully we can sustain this. Okay. And that is, of course, on the wrong side of the belt. .36, so we should be fine with half a belt coming through. Now, all of these are going to saturate pretty quickly because I don't have storage tanks for the gases that are coming out yet. So we're going to have to get those parts moving before we can actually feed the acetylene out. But we should see, yep, calcium carbide coming out. I just want to see this working, and then I'll start working on the CO2 sink and start working on the slaked lime sink that we need. Yep, there we go. And I see slaked lime and acetylene. Excellent. Now, we change this recipe to the one that makes sand. Let's see, 2.5 sand per second. Is that right? Yes. So that's like, we'll call it 4 outserters. Now I have a bunch of rich clay stashed away. So I'm going to go ahead and just build an assembler up here. And find the rich clay. Here they are. Not sure quite how much of this we'll be able to consume, but making the sand here will then feed into a couple of crushers to make stone. And gravel. And then, yeah. For the actual concrete assembly, let's see. The slaked lime goes to lime in a single evaporator, and then I have one machine making concrete. Okay, perfect. Evaporator needs more steel. And whatever I need for a quenching tower, which is concrete? Okay. So I'm going to have to steal some of the lime from the other production line to be able to make one of these. Fun. And by fun, I of course mean terrible. How much do I need? 50. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, and it's stupid, but this will unblock the machine, making lime for a little bit, so that up here, we can start making concrete from gravel, sand. You need a water input, which is easy from here. And concrete out. This is all temporary. I can tear it down now. All right, so that should just run. Grab more lime. Hand feed it until I get enough concrete. What's the recipe? 5 concrete from 5 lime. Okay. Okay. So let's get the slaked lime. Routed up here. Should be able to make my evaporator now. Yes. How big is it? Not that big. All right, so the evaporator is here. Not there. Here. Making lime from slaked lime. Feeding it into here. We get our concrete out here. All right, slaked lime output. In theory. What else do you spit out? Oh, you make a bunch of gravel, too. Okay. I am going to rejigger this stuff a little bit, then. These are going to be whitelisted to only lime. That goes on the direct insertion path. And then up here, we're going to have a couple that make only gravel. I guess I only need one of each. Now, you are also going to make gravel. else. Okay. I need to be talking through what I'm thinking better. I'm sorry, I'm getting too much into the game and not actually talking about what I'm doing. Okay, so I want to make sure that this doesn't back up. So this needs to have its gravel prioritized over this one. And what that means, for our purposes, is that we'll have a couple of outserters here, and these will just be merged on like so. Yeah, after this one. And then inputs. And that is ratioed to the right number of inserters, so that's good. You're backed up on mud because these are backed up. Okay, so this is not a reliable source of... Well, when I'm not consuming wood, it's not a reliable source of sand. Which means that we also need backup sand. I wonder if that recipe loop is actually sand positive. So you use 15 sand to make 10 brick. Brick turns into a bunch of stone. I think the answer is no. I don't think it's sand positive. I think it's sand negative. So I think this will just loop and do bad things. So instead of coming into here, I want the sand output to come in after these. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just enhance the spaghetti. There. So now, this will only make bricks with the sand that comes from here, but if we have extra stone and gravel, it will get re-looped around and turned back into thingy-thingy. And then if I have another source of stone, I can actually just feed it right into here, if that ever becomes something I need to worry about. All right, we have some concrete. This is all backed up on acetylene now, but this is all going to be backed up on CO2 soon as well. I'm not going to route the acetylene out yet. I want to get the CO2 sink done, and that means getting the Moondrop farm done. So let's make a few Moondrop greenhouses. Whoop, making small parts. All right. Let's find a place for these somewhere out of the way. Now I'm just going to have 5 of them making Moondrops. We definitely are going to need more Moondrops for more modules, but that's okay. Five of these will be 0.2 Moondrops a second. Oh, but we need seeds. So these first few Moondrops have to go into the seed production to bootstrap the whole thing. All right. So moondrops come out. They come to nursery. Let's give ourselves a little more space. I know we're going to have some weird belts here. Okay, so the nursery makes moondrop seeds, but potentially it also makes moondrops. So first things first, the seeds come out. Let's get this all set up too, so I know where I'm routing everything. Okay. So seeds will come out here. All the way down to here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Moondrop seeds. This will also potentially spit out moondrops. And actually, it looks like we need... potentially more than one outserter there. Now, the other thing they can spit out is the moondrops. Making up to, yeah, half of a moondrop. That's fine. Those are output here. Come across. And this belt just needs to merge in, basically so that these moondrops are prioritized over these ones, so this machine never backs up. And of course, these are exactly the wrong distance apart. All right, that's power. That's not enough moondrops to bootstrap this. How many do you actually need for this recipe? Oh, 5. Okay. I'll take one module out. That'll send our seeds up. And this should get itself moving now, pretty much on its own, once I plumb in the water. I might need to craft a few more of these Moondrop codexes and bootstrap the Moondrops a little bit harder. I'm not thrilled about that. But it is what it is. Oh, I forgot to finish making the Petri dishes, and all my agar turned into biocrud. Okay. Let's see how these moondrops are doing. Yeah, the first recipe is still running very slowly. Can actually take one of these back, because this will make enough. There we go. So that is, well, not quite moondrops, but close. I guess I should finish it. Moondrop seeds in a moondrop greenhouse to make methane. so let's make one more Moondrop greenhouse. Doing methane. There's methane output. And we actually don't want that to go down there yet. We want all of our Moondrop seeds to be used here for making more Moondrops until this finishes bootstrapping. Which is going to take a hot minute, so I should not sit around waiting for it. The other thing that we are going to need a few of, we're going to need our CO2 input here. That comes off of this. And then the other thing I'll have to add to this is the Moondrop CO2 recipe in another couple Moondrop thingies. Yeah, there's no inputs to this. I just need to bootstrap it enough to have the modules, which is fine. And then this will be hooked up with a top-up valve to this. Enable when O is less than 80. Let's go get more pipes. So I think this is all pretty much right over here at this point for the Moondrop stuff. We're going to be generating CO2 as part of making our slaked lime here. Oops, I gotta get that output hooked up again. Okay, so as part of making lime, we're going to generate some CO2. We're going to use that to make methane when we can. And when we can't, when there's not enough here for what we need to do with this, we'll make more with these Moondrop machines up here. And I think that is correct enough for these things to all work. So yeah, this is just going to keep running and cycling in seeds, spitting out Moondrops. Eventually the Moondrops will start to back up, and I will be able to throw them in as modules into all of these machines and get them running. But that's going to take a hot minute because this whole seed belt needs to back up. So I think for now it is just ignore Moondrops for a few hours. A clock. This is backed up on the acetylene itself, so I will need to get that run down and set up the lead mining. Up here, we just have no slaked lime coming in, so everything else is just kind of stopped. That's fine. This isn't running because we're not pulling enough muddy sludge from the moss. That's expected because we're not pulling enough wood. And that's expected because the mall's not really doing anything right now. All right, let's get this acetylene pipe dragged down to where the lead patch is. I guess that's the next step. And I'm going to need a lot more of those. Oop, and of course. Okay. Let's get... Oh, I don't have what I need for fluid miners. Why not? Oh, because I don't have stone. Oh, I'm making a bunch of pipes again. I am really cranking through resources getting all this built out. Okay. We got a bunch of these now. I don't love that. There we go. I am going to have to do some adjusting around here. Actually, I could pull this whole thing back a little bit then. Let's do it like there. Okay. So this is going to be... You know what? Actually, let's do this. Let's put this up here. Loop it around this way. Oh, that was so close to being actually where I wanted it. Now it's where I want it. Okay, so I got to get this coal belt fueled up again, and I've got to bring in fuel for these miners. So this is going to be pretty much the standard thing. With the fuel on it, and then the ash on the outside. There we go. Do I have... on my fluid miners? I must somewhere. I must have fluid miners that I can copy and paste that have the right inputs and outputs. Like here. I almost certainly do not have enough acetylene for this many of these miners, but... oh well. Oh, are we out of inserters too? Not quite. Yes, we are. Okay. Back up to base, grab a few things. And then we should be able to finish getting this all plumbed in. Okay. Let's grab some more power lines too. We might need those. Let's just clear this whole mess out of my way. And I'm going to actually take this second belt out now. And of course, I need to route it around some water spots, because that's just my life. Let's see, it's going to come up here. We're going to do this with it. And there we go. And my inventory is an absolute flippin' disaster. Let's put down a chest so I can dump some stuff. Okay. So, these are all full of acetylene now. They're each making 0.5 a second, so that's effectively half a belt coming off here. And then we're going to have, I don't know, some number of inserters. There we go. And then that goes into a smelting column, which I'm not sure how many I'm going to need. Not that one. Let's try this. Okay, so if we swap inputs and outputs and say we have... 8 a second here. Wait, really? That can't be right. Oh, because that's coal. Whoops. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's do 8 a second of the ore. There we go. 14 of these. That's a weird number, but I'll take it. Seven. Yeah, I'll just grab all this for now. We're only going to hook up on one side of it, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just move some things around. Okay, we don't need anything on this side. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 5 more. Okay. And this is absolutely overkill. We are not making enough acetylene to sustain this whatsoever. This is purely for funsies. Okay, let's grab more inserters. Let's grab some more steel so I can make some more ash buffers. And let's get... Let's get lead finished. Whoops, and gotta set the right. There we go. Lead! Fully done, ready to be turned into solder, and the other things that we need lead for in circuits. Yay. I should grow tin, is what I should do. And yeah, I'm expecting this to slow down when the acetylene starts to run out, which it will. Now let's make sure that our acetylene is running. It is not. It is not because it doesn't have calcium carbide. Because CO2... Right, CO2 is still backed up because we're still making moondrops. I think I've got enough seeds backed up here that I can just let this start storing them, and we can start getting more of these moduled pretty soon. And the more of these get moduled, the faster we will start actually, the faster we'll get all of this sort of, what do I want to say? Bootstrapped. They'll, snowball. That's the word I was looking for. So up here, we're just not getting any slaked. So our lime output, we're waiting on sand. I could probably route the stone from iron crushing. Ooh, which is totally backed up. That's bad. Is this backed up because these are all full? Yes. Okay. That's actually fine. I'm okay with this, because I was just saying I probably wanted to try to route the stone out somewhere else. Is this fully backed up? Oh, this is fully backed up. Okay. Get more inserters, get more belts. That's a problem. Yeah, this is totally backed up. We got to get this moving. I've got to get that stone fed into that machine. Okay. Okay, this should do what we need it to do. Which will hopefully get all of our stone processing unblocked down here, get iron moving again. Yeah, okay. We're doing okay. It's gonna drain. Yep, perfect. We're already unblocked. Beautiful. I love to see it. Oh, hi. I just noticed your message. I hope that wasn't sitting there too long. Doesn't give me timestamps. Oh, okay. I just fixed stone. I should, in theory... Well, this is only going to do so much, because we're not getting slaked lime in, and we're not getting slaked lime in because we're still not getting CO2 out to our moondrops. And that's, I mean, fine. All of these systems are just very interdependent right now. And running on Pi hard mode makes it much, much worse. Because I have to actually use all my outputs. Okay. I'm gonna make a buffer. Okay. That should unblock this, which should unblock this, which will get acetylene and slaked lime moving again in the short term. Yes. All right. And hopefully we can keep this from backing up too badly again, although it's hard to tell right now what that demand is going to be. All right. That should help too. Get some of the stone moving this way through. Okay. Double check carbolic overflow path. What does this mean? Carbolic creosote aromatics burns more energy than just forwarding carbolic down the sushi pipe. Okay. I am deciding not to care about that today. I have too much else going on trying to get circuits up and running. All right. So we should now have lead plates happening down here. We do indeed have lead plates happening again. These probably aren't going to get enough acetylene to run all of them all the time, but it's enough acetylene to run some of them most of the time. Down here on the tin patch, I think I need a few more miners. Maybe not. This might actually be enough, and I just need to grab the output and send it over. But once I get the tin routed over, we can definitely start making solder, which would be cool. So let's... Oop, nope. Too many small parts. Okay. Let's go back to base. Let's grab some inserters. Let's grab a bunch more belts, and we will get tin pulled over to where the lead is and make solder. Or maybe move the lead... Move everything over here. Is this where I want to try to be doing circuits? This isn't the worst spot. It's near the glass, it's near the lead, it's near the tin. My zinc is down here. I'd have to pull down iron and copper from up here, but that's really not the worst belt that I've run so far in this game. Yeah, circuits might be a here thing. What was I doing? I was getting inserters and belts so that I could run tin and lead to where they need to be. That should help a little bit with letting the iron repopulate itself. We'll see. Let's get lead plates out of here. And kind of over into this area. And I do not have enough belts. The other thing I need to do is grab... And with this, I should be able to get the tin moving. And then tin output. Actually, I want to route that this way too. All right, there's lead. Here's tin. I'm basically going to make a little bit of a main bus here for all the circuit machines to pull off of. Okay, so lead and tin are going to go into just a normal assembly machine to make solder. Wherever solder is, raw ores, solder. And we can fuel that with anything that I have that's burnable to start with. I don't have anything good. I will have to figure out how I want to fuel everything here. I'll deal with that later. All right. Lead and tin into solder, and our other components. We're going to need ceramic. We're going to need to bring down copper plate. We need to bring up glass, iron. We need to make the formica, which is from formaldehyde and some other stuff. That's going to get routed down along with the copper and iron. Oh, we're so close. We're so very close. Let's grab glass and bring it over here. So glass is going to join the bus like here. All right, there's glass. What can I make with just the glass brought down? Nothing yet. I need coke, And I need coke for graphite. Okay. So let's go ahead and get... Well, let's grab more of everything from the base again. It does look like we've got plenty of fuel coming in here. Which I think means that I could bring down ashless fuel. Which wouldn't be bad. I could potentially even get it hooked up here instead of using coal. But at the very least, it would be nice for the assemblers down here. Okay. Next ingredients. I need to get ceramic going. I need to get... which is coke and clay. High power resistors are coke, glass, and tin. And then the formica needs to be made up top where all of its ingredients are. Let's get... well, let's check on our moondrops, actually. See how that bootstrapping is going. Because we're going to need them to be functional. That is a lot of moondrops. I love to see it. Oh, excellent. There we go. We're bootstrapped. Or we're very nearly bootstrapped. We're going to be making a lot more moondrops now, and that's really what matters. Alright, they are all running now. Which is good. Still a little bit more that needs to be done here. And especially, we need to be looking at... we gotta bring copper over here to turn the methane into formaldehyde. Okay. So let's do that. Methane there. Copper plate needs to come over from the bus. I don't really want to bring fuel along, so let's just whitelist all of these to copper. Okay. Where is that machine? Here we go. Now, this needs... it says 2 inserters. Okay. And power, of course. Let's see, bring it down like here. And then the formaldehyde output comes out. We need a pulp mill to turn raw fiber, sap, and treated wood into formica. And for this, we need some stone bricks and some small parts and probably some more iron. Okay. Those are all things that I can grab. Small parts. Iron I can grab from up here. That one. Pulp mill. This thing will end up being, I don't know. Let's do that there. And let's do like, how do I want to do this? I got that coming in and that coming in, and that's fine. And then I guess I do this to bring down... Yeah, that works. And then this comes right across here. All right. So bringing in... That's like, call it 2 inserters. That's fine. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. You have no methane because we haven't started populating. That's fine. I'll let these continue to back up for a little bit. Okay. So that will be the formica. We need also sap. I have one of these. I need to make a few more. I have a bunch of the sap trees already, so I think the sap should be straightforward. Because, yeah, sap has no inputs. It just happens. Love it. Okay, so that just needs... these guys to finish sort of backing up and bootstrapping. And that'll happen once the seeds back up and they are slowly backing up. Then we turn on this one, and then we can turn on these ones. And that will be all of our production. This CO2 buffer is ridiculous, but it's here, and there's nothing I can do about it. Iron for I need to get iron and copper down here, as well as the formica. Bring that... Does it come all the way down here? Does it go over here first and down and then kind of join the bus? Do I route it here? I guess I route it here. Okay, which components can we build now with iron brought in? Probably still nothing. That is correct. We need the iron plates for vacuum tubes, which need some other bits. PCB substrate we can't make yet. This doesn't need it. This doesn't need it. Okay, so I need to grab the copper. And I need to grab... Well, I need to get clay going as well. And that means bringing down coke. So let's get copper going. And I know we are going to need a lot of copper here. So I don't mind using many inserters for it. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that one I guess has to stay. Oh, man, I'm out of belts again. That is not a lot of belts. My factory is very not happy with me at the moment. Let's see if I have some more iron up here at ash processing. I should have a bunch of iron up here at ash processing. Okay, there's copper. With copper, I think I actually can finally build something. Maybe not. Ooh, boy. Stop, stop, stop. All right, there's solder. Up here, we're going to have a few PCB factories. No, electronics factories, right? There we go. So one for each of our components. And these need to all go back one. Okay, you need tin, so tin is going to be bop, bop, bop. And you also need ceramic, which we don't have yet. You need a copper cable, so that'll come in sort of from the back. There we go, copper cable. Next up, tin, glass, and the coke we don't have yet. And these ones need copper, iron, glass, and some other stuff. Lead, I don't think needs to go up any further. I'm missing one more thing here, aren't I? Where's the battery? Alternative energy, of course. So this is going to need zinc, copper, the cellulose, and saline water. Okay. That's going to be fun. Okay, so the next thing I need to get down here is coke, because I'm going to need that to make the ceramic that I need. I'm going to need it for resistors, and I believe I need it to make the graphite rods for the... Yes. For the vacuum tubes. Okay, and that's 4 of those, and then what's this zinc battery made in? Just a normal assembler. Okay. And I'm worried about this trash. Does cellulose decay? Of course it does, in 10 minutes. Okay. So cellulose is something we're going to have to make basically on demand. Otherwise, it's all going to be biocrud very quickly. All right, sap is backed up. You're just waiting for formaldehyde, which is waiting for methane, which is just waiting for me to pick these up and put them in the machine. I will probably need more of these eventually. But for now, we're in a decent spot. Yeah, those will start backing up a little bit more. There we go, made the first Formica. I would really love to actually have circuits working before the end of this session. What are we at already? Almost 3 hours? That might be a pipe dream. This is some true spaghetti that I'm creating over here. Send this down alongside a bunch of the other stuff. And then the other thing that I need to be sending down... You know... The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm wondering whether the right thing to do here is to belt share a little bit more. Think I'm gonna do that. Because I can use just filtered inserters to make sure that the ingredients end up where they need to end up. I was thinking I needed to keep my belts separate. I really don't. We have filter inserters. So, like... Just do that. And then filter this one to iron. These ones need ceramic. This needs coke. This needs vacuum and graphite. All right. We're so close. We're so close. And my inventory could potentially fill up again. Yeah. So here we've got the Formica coming out, and I will also add some coke to that. These guys are already pulling half a belt here. So if I want to get it down here... Oh, how long has wood been disconnected? That's a bad thing. Although actually, the other thing that would be nice to bring down was... No, you know what? I'll do fuel separately. I'll take down ashless fuel another time as a different project to get ashless fuel down there. I think right now, we're just going to focus on the things that we need for circuits, just so I can get them done and say they're done. Okay. Continuing the spaghetti. So then the second belt that goes down here is going to be Formica and... That's fine. Oh, but this is not fine. Ooh. That's what I'm going to do there. And then these ones well, no, I can't. I was going to say these ones I can pick up. Okay. That's fixed-ish. I'll have to wait for this to drain. And then I'll be able to hook it all up again. With the sides of the belts swapped like this. The Formica and Coke belt. I see Formica. Where's my Coke? There we go. This one, I should be able to finish routing in, though. There's no concerns with its payload swapping sides. Okay. You need ceramic. You need Coke. You need graphite, which is made in... What machine makes a graphite rod? A high-pressure furnace. Okay. Do I have one of those on me? No, but I can always build them. Other bits, let's see. The printed circuit board is made in a PCB factory, and we also need a chip shooter. Oh, which needs the printed substrates. That's right. Oh, we're so close. I can taste the circuits. Okay, the other thing that I need is gonna be ceramic, and that is clay. So we'll make a clay pit. This high-pressure furnace back here. Gonna make graphite for me. We also need that vacuum input to be accessible, so let's not ruin that. What do you need? 3 inserters in, 1 out. How long has that inserter been missing? Probably a long time. Well, let's go grab, yeah, a little more iron plates would be good. Is that flushed? It is. Excellent. We can hook that up now. Okay. Guess I can work on some power routing while I'm waiting for everything. What did I say? 3 in, 1 out. Okay. This is looking good. We will have graphite as soon as we have... Oh, this needs 3 inputs, though. Well, we're just not going to make it at full speed. That's fine. Ditto here. There's no sense having this extra inserter. And that's fine. We're not running any of this anywhere near full speed, so it doesn't really matter. We should start to get our first components, though, out of some of these, which is excellent, excellent, excellent news. Yep. This one will output here. There we go. It's only a little bit of nonsense. Okay, so I need ceramic for these. I need vacuum for this. That's easy. I just need to build a pressure pump. The PCB factory goes like here. Formica, copper, and more vacuum. So let's route up all of this. Okay, pressure pump. Did that get built? It did. I'll just plop it here. That's out of the way enough. Oh. Oh, we have vacuum tubes. We have resistors. We are about to have our first PCBs, which I need to dump into a box temporarily, because I do need a stack of them to make our chip shooter. What else does the chip shooter need? 2 DDCs, 2 steam engines. Okay, I'll just get those prepped. Now, clay pit. Down here. Oh, it needs steam. Of course it needs steam. Why wouldn't it need steam? Offshore pump. We're going to need more pipes. We're going to need a few boilers. Call it 4. I'm going to run those boilers, like, directly off of... where? I guess directly off of this line. And then I can bring the clay pit closer. Ash filter, okay. That should be... Oh, we need the water input, of course. I was like, why isn't it working? There's water, there's steam. This will need power still. Produces 0.75 clay a second. I guess I could make 2 of them. And then in a high pressure furnace, make a couple of those. What's the recipe like? 4 ceramic. There we go. Yeah, 2 plus 1. Oh, plus you need coke. Okay, so you're going to have to come up. We'll send the clay on the bus. Or at least send clay up here to where I can get a little bit of coke easily. Let's just do it like here? Like here, yeah. You only need 1 clay inserter, and you need like 3 of those. Okay. In theory... Oh, I need power over here too, of course. Alright, so I need a bunch of inserters and belts. And then this is pretty much... ready to go. Send the ceramic up here. And you need ceramic. And the other thing that needs ceramic is these ones. Same thing. What are we waiting for? For mica. Okay. That looks like currently Formica is my bottleneck, so that's good to know. All right, bots, what do we need? A bunch of belts, some inserters, more Formica. What's Formica being limited by? Sap. Okay. I can grow sap production. That's easy. I can make 3 more of them right now. Well, not right now, but conceptually. Oh, I need more dirt. And we have currently no belts because we have no small parts because all of our copper is going down to... That's a problem. Because all of our copper is going down because we're not making enough copper again. I just need to get some fuel over onto this belt here. And then output. Ooh, okay. That's fine. These ones just won't be active just yet. That's okay. We're gonna get everything kind of hooked up here. Okay. That's not gonna work. Let's do it like... Do I have to go under again? I guess so. Okay. That is better. Everything is on fire, but circuits are almost done. I need so many small parts right now. Oh, I should have some copper up here. Hopefully. Hey! Okay, there we go. This should work much better. These guys can't get fluid just yet. That's okay. They're not going to run until I can clear up some of this. I guess I can do this one. But that at least gets us up to, like, 7 miners here, which is better than where we were before. Get the sap extractors running. That's going to get us a little bit more sap. But I'm definitely going to need to make more sap trees in the near future. Formaldehyde looks good. Let's grab a few of these and get these guys all set up so they're nice and happy. But so far, it doesn't look like formaldehyde is what's backing up anything over here. It's still the sap input, so that's fine. Copper is still kind of backing up here. That's okay. Coming through here. There's clay. Need to power this thing. We're up to 13 blank circuit boards of the 20 that I need to build the chip shooter. I also need a bunch of small parts. Apparently I cannot make enough of. Oh, yep, I need more iron. There's our first ceramic. Let's go take a look and make sure the ceramic is doing what I need it to do. It is. There's capacitors. And it looks like inductors as well. All right. I'm so happy. I literally just clapped with joy. Grown-ass adult clapping for joy. I need 6 more circuit boards. We're low on coke as well, and that concerns me. Let's see why, yeah, coke is not running. Or it is running, and I need to get rid of all of that. This is a problem, that this belt is backed up. And that's probably backed up because, yeah, this is emptying. I think I need to have it do that until I can set up a proper merger. Because that should get it, it'll prioritize what's coming off of the other end, which I think is what I want. We'll see how this does it emptying out. If this stays not backing up, if this does start to back up, we're going to have a hard time. How's power? Some wild swings, but that's kind of expected. Okay, this is all running. This is all running. This should all be running now. Pretty much. This. You get dumped. There? No. It needs to go to the other side. You know what? I'm not going to worry about this one right now. None of this stuff actually needs to be dumped immediately. Okay. Okay, so yeah, first we're getting all the coke to here, which I guess is kind of expected. This is using what it needs. I think we're just kind of waiting for this to back up. And it should. And then we'll get coke going down to circuits again. Yeah. This is still pretty blocked on sap. You need one of those a second. These make 0.05. So we actually need... plenty of these to keep this running at full speed. So we will need to build all those sap extractors for sure. Down here, we stopped. Why did we stop? Oh, because I'm not actually taking care of our ash. Okay, there we go. These all look nearly backed up. Nearly backed up. 18 printed circuits. Yeah, so for this belt, we could probably use another inserter. Actually, both of them could probably run on 2. And then output here, cap it for now. Oh, I had a bunch of that sitting in my inventory. I could have had this done already. Oh well. 20, and now we should be able to build our chip shooter. Oh, I need more iron plates. Shoot. What else do I need? More iron plates. Solder. I didn't hook up solder. Wow. How much solder do we need? Half a second. Okay. That is just a single inserter's worth. There we go. We've got, let's see, Inductors are still going. Capacitors are looking good next to vacuum tubes. Plenty of inserters. You need you. Oh, I haven't made batteries yet. Oh, I really thought I was there. All right, let's make batteries. Cellulose, zinc, and copper, and saline water. I guess batteries will end up on this belt. Okay. That's a bad place for those. Let's do this, like, here. Because then I can sort of route the batteries up to the top. Output will be here. Battery input will be here. Okay. Copper. I need zinc still, and I need cellulose. Cellulose is made in a high-pressure furnace from wood and limestone. Okay. High-pressure furnace. Yeah, that's fine. You're going to make, wherever it is, cellulose. So I need limestone and I need wood down here. And this is direct insertion because cellulose decays in 10 minutes. So I need to get zinc in here. I need to bring down wood. And actually, if I bring down wood, I could probably call that a fuel belt as well for some of these machines. Bring down wood and ashless fuel at the same time for those machines. All right. Let's get that going. So wood, I need to split off... I don't know. Where's a good place to split off wood? Alright, so we'll grab the ashless fuel. That's going to come here. And then wood will need to come down from this side. I think I have space that I could route wood kind of through here. So if I take a couple of inserters here... down like that. Oh, this is so gnarly. But it'll work. Okay. There's some wood. Along with this belt of ashless fuel. And I need a bunch more of those. Grab some more iron plates, because I'm just going to turn them all into belts right now. Is this backing up at all? Nope, it looks like we're still running cleanly here. Excellent. Love to see it. This one isn't happy, though. Yeah. This really needs a proper merger, is the problem. Or a splitter. And then I'll be able to reconfigure a bunch of things that are currently a little messed up in the base. Okay. Got a few hundred belts here. Let's see if I've got enough. Probably not. Oh, the other thing I need to get hooked up here is limestone. Which side of this belt is which? Ashless fuel is coming out the top. Okay. So we're going to do this old thing. We're going to go underneath here with a fuel inserter. We're going to bring this down. And it's also got to feed this one with a fuel inserter. Okay. That should do what I need it to do pretty well. All right, power. And that just leaves the limestone, which actually... Let me get a... Let's see. Oh, I can't make one. What do I need for you? More iron plates. Always more iron plates. Oh, we're backed up again. Why? Not enough steam. And why aren't we making enough steam? Because power's not keeping itself up. Okay. This is less than ideal. I'm not really sure what to do about that, to be honest. This is bad. I mean, I can bootstrap it. And that should get everything kind of restarted. But if we're not making enough steam from coke to keep up, we're gonna have a bad time. So let's see if this can keep up with itself moving forward, or if I am going to need to rejigger some of that. I also think this probably needs to be buffered. Okay. Right, I needed iron plates to make a thingy so I could do things. Iron plates to make a soil extractor for the limestone that I need for cellulose. Okay, soil extractor. That can actually be pointed for direct insertion. I hope, anyway. And I just need to find a spot where I can pull some water from and get everything hooked up. Oh, whoops. Stop. There we go. Oh, and I need saline water and the zinc still. I am still not done. Oh! Okay. What does zinc need for a mining fluid? Let's head down there and check on this. Aromatics. Okay. That's fine. We can do that. And then for saline water, I can make it from stone and water or from gravel and water. Neither of those are fantastic. I guess we'll do stone and water. Build a washer. Okay. For now, I am going to actually just hand feed circuits because my stone situation is still a problem for me. So until I figure out more reliable stone, I would much rather just every once in a while pick up some boulders and throw them in here. That just leaves getting zinc in. Zinc means I need to route aromatics down to the zinc patch from up here. That is manageable. I will need a lot more pipes, though. Okay. Up here, somewhere, we should have an aromatics pipe. Is it you? Yes. Okay, so this pump needs to be replaced with an overflow. And then need to just run this all the way over. All right, let's do it. Of course. Oh, is that still too long? Really? Okay, there we go. Lovely. Where did this get too long? Okay. A couple more pumps. Nope. Too long again. Okay. 1. Pipeline overextended. Wait. Where? I thought I fixed it. I did fix it. Okay. Okay, let's get this actually fully connected. Oh, pipeline not overextended. I'm shocked. I'm truly, truly shocked. I, of course, have no miners. That's okay. let's go ahead and get... What are we going to need? I'm going to need the stuff to actually make miners. I'm going to need the stuff to make miners. I'm going to need a bunch more belts. I'm going to need some more stone to make furnaces. What am I missing? Oh, the stone. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Grab some stone. All right, so stone management, getting reliable stone source, definitely needs to be on the docket for the next session. Okay. What's the mining speed of zinc? Let's get down here and see. We'll figure out how many smelters we're going to need to make all this work. Okay, yeah, 0.5 a second, as I expected. Zinc plates at 8 a second, 12 furnaces. Okay. Sorry, at 4 a second. 6 furnaces. Which is... basically what I have here. All right. Let's put this, like, I don't know, here. Doesn't really matter. Whoops. Okay. The other thing is that these are going to need their fuel and the usual shenanigans with fuel. Belts and ash management. Copy and paste this from here again. Okay. Now, this needs its fuel to be on the inside. I cannot wait until I have proper splitters and mergers. Let's see. Inside going up means I want these ones like this. That should be correct. Now, zinc plates instead of tin. Now I just have to run this massive frickin' zinc belt all the way up. Actually, what I should do is just merge it with the tin belt. Yeah. And then I'm just going to have to do some filtering over on this side to make sure that machines that need tin are only getting tin. And then we're going to need to pull out zinc here. But we can definitely now throw the zinc from our inventory in here. That's a problem. Whitelist batteries. And then guess we're gonna have to do one here. That's whitelisted on this biocrud until I figure out what to do with biocrud. There it is! Very first circuit. Almost 19 hours in, we've got circuits. It is definitely not super scalable or reliable yet. Let's see, are we getting zinc yet? No. Why not? You're fueled. You're all missing required fluid. We're just not making enough aromatics, huh? All right, let's backtrack our aromatics pipe and see if we can figure out what's wrong. Oh, well, this would do it. Let's see how far down we can go. Yeah, pipeline overextended at 335 over 320. So it's only like the last one that's busted, huh? All right, where's the best place to get power to this pump from? There is no good place to get power to this pump from, I think is the answer, unfortunately. That pumped, well, some through. Okay, yep, we're still not getting enough aromatics down here. Why not? Fixed this. Oh, you don't have power either. Okay, there we go. Now we're pumping aromatics through. That's what I want to see. Now we're making zinc. This is going to take a minute for all of this to flow through here. That's okay. How many circuits did I get? 15 so far. That's not bad. Making plenty of ceramic. I should make a box for these. Actually, this can just be a normal box. It doesn't need to be steel, because I'm going to cap it. And I can remove building those up at the mall, because that's a much more efficient recipe as far as, like, copper usage is concerned. So all of this goes away. This would unblock more. All right, sap is done. I'm going to leave this because I need the aromatics, so I'm not going to change this even though it's less energy dense. I need more sap making machines for sure if I want to be able to keep up with this. Yeah, because our formaldehyde is fully backed up, and that is going to cause backups here eventually. Because we won't be able to get the CO2 out. When I look up here, I mean, we are still building lots of concrete, which is fantastic. And it looks like... Yeah, I think we're still having kind of not totally consistent steam generation here. I might need to get more steam generation running in our whole, like, main steam bus. Because power demand is getting up there now. I'm not sure quite how much steam we're sinking just in power generation right now, but it's fairly significant. The other issue is that these are not all fully saturated belts coming off of here, right? There's only 8 miners in this one. There's only 6 now in this one. And that's going to cause issues as far as, you know, keeping our steam production up. We're just missing out on a huge amount of what we'd like our production to be. So I may have to just tear up everything that's on this coal patch and reposition everything again, which I don't want to do, but it's the right thing to do. If I want it all to work right. Okay, so let's figure out our to-do list, because things are definitely held together with spit and baling wire right now. So we need to expand sap production. We need to permanent saline water for batteries. Figure out why Coke steam is not keeping up. Iron is fine. Copper seems like it's going fine. Not perfectly, but fine. I mean, definitely this patch is slowly getting more and more mined out, and we are going to have to find another patch relatively soon. I guess I will add that to the list. New copper patch. I guess the next thing we can do is also start working on our next set of technologies, figuring out, well, this one is important. And the other one I need is alloy smelting and logistics. Yeah, because I want splitters and I want inserters. I want tanks, actually, as well. That's behind alloy smelting. Shale oil development is... This is probably worth doing, because I need to get... I need to get more stone running, and that means I'm going to have a bunch more... Kerosene again, and that all will need to be turned into shale oil and then processed into other oil products. And being able to spit my, you know, whatever takes in light oil here. Where does light oil go? Light oil goes to... Here we go. Yeah, gasoline and aromatics. So getting more light oil plumbed in here would be nice. And there's more to it than that, right? Yeah, it also makes heavy oil, which we can turn into kerosene. So, yep. These are the next techs, and I think that's going to be our to-do list as well. After permanent saline water for batteries, it's going to be shale oil processing, more liquid fuels, and more cool. I think that that is where I'm going to call it, because this is a long session. We're up to 4 hours. But hey, we got the circuit boards done. That is a huge step forward. We are so... the game opens up now, right? Having circuit boards and getting better inserters, getting fluid handling, getting splitters, like a bunch of the crazy things that we've had to do to get stuff to work, we will no longer have to do. And that's huge. So yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in live. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube. Please feel free to do any of the things for the algorithm if you would like. It really does help for a small channel. If you want to tell me that I'm playing Factorio wrong, you can do so in any of the usual places, including I lurk in the Pyanodon's Discord, as well as my own Discord channel, which is linked in the doodly-doo. Yeah, thank you again, and next time we're going to be taking advantage of these circuits that we're making, and we are going to have some really nice refactors to this base. There's going to be a lot of cleanups to do moving forward, now that we're going to have real splitters and fluid handling, but once it's all in place, it's going to be so freaking fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are as well. Thank you again, and I will see you all next time.